Hello there. In this video I would like to have a look at a few chess studies. Now, what is a chess study? A chess study is something that's been composed, a composed position, a position that the composer has spent a lot of time on, and the idea is to demonstrate some beautiful and hard to find idea. I'm going to show you 3 studies, and we're going to talk a little bit about what makes a good study, and specifically we're going to talk about the purpose of each piece. And you'll find in these studies that there's rarely a piece that does nothing or doesn't have a purpose. So let's imagine this study, and when we finish looking at it, it will make more sense. If there's a pawn like on h4 which does nothing, then this would be not like a clean study, and it wouldn't be as good and well respected. But let's have a look at this one first. It's white to move and win. So for all 3, I encourage you to try to solve the studies, because, well, it's very satisfying when you solve such a position. But let's talk through these positions. So this one, it's clear that we have a problem because this pawn wants to promote, and we need to stop it. But how? It looks like this knight is too far away, and it doesn't really have any squares it can go to. This is protected. If we go here, it takes too long, because it's only 2 moves until we queen, and we queen with check. It's going to be check to the king. So it looks like we need to use the bishop somehow. And when I show this to people, they try to do something with c3 or even c4. Let's say I move like this. But then they quickly figure out that, well, they don't really have a threat. They're not opening any diagonal. I'm going to queen here next move, and nothing going on. Then they try a move like c4. But once again, I just take it. And they might try a move like d3. Idea being, if I take, they bring the bishop and try to stop the pawn. But here I should be able to just probably play a move like king c3, yeah. If I go b3, maybe okay, I have to worry about this, but should be okay still. But now you see that there's no way to stop the pawn. I'm going to queen next move, and it's going to be check. So this doesn't work, c3 or c4. d3 is also too late, okay. If we had one more move, but we don't have it because now we're too late. And this does nothing. We can simply take it. No checks, the bishop can't get there. So it looks like an impossible task, and that's usually what makes these studies so nice. So now we start to think about, okay, we need to get the bishop here onto the diagonal, but what is the knight doing here? It has to have a purpose. And very often this can help you to solve the puzzles, and here the knight indeed has a purpose, and the correct move is to play knight c6. So the purpose of the knight is to be a kamikaze piece, just give itself up. So now if you push a2, I go knight b4 check. I pick up the pawn because from b4 it's a fork, and I'm going to win the pawn. So black has to take the piece. But now I get to move the bishop to the diagonal. And I want some time, because now if you push, I can take the pawn, and we win. So, king d5. If king here, check on this square and take the pawn. So king d5 is forced. Black has to protect this pawn. Fair enough, but how do we continue from here? Still 2 moves. We did improve the bishop, but what can we do with the pawns? It's pretty clear the king is too late. It's not going to catch the pawn. So we need some magic with the pawns. What can we do? What about c3 now? Well, unfortunately, we can play this, and this for a split second looks like something until we realize A, there's check, and B, if there wasn't check, and we intended to play this with check, we can simply take with the king on d4. So 2 reasons why this does not work. What about c4? Well, I can still probably just take it. Takes. Bishop is not getting on the diagonal. You can play d3, still probably just take it. and you're still simply too late. Something like this here, etc. So almost by process of elimination, we find that d3 is the correct move. But why? Well, this is completely left field. d3, a2, we're about the queen, but now we play c4 check. Now the pawn is protected, the king can't take it. If he takes en passant, we take with the bishop. And we stop the pawn. So black has to keep an eye on the d4 pawn. He has to play the king here. Okay. But why? Why is the white king here and not, let's say, over here, or basically wherever? Well, like I said, usually the pieces have a purpose, and the king has a purpose on a6, which is king to b7. And now we find out that black is in Zugzwang. If he promotes, you can see it now, right? Covered, covered, covered. Czechoslovakia. That's made, right? It's quite a pretty picture. So we can't promote because we get mated, and if we play the king, we take the pawn, we stop it, and we promote the other one. Beautiful study, actually. One of my favorites. And one I always remember, like when I meet people, and we're looking at chess games, I can set up this position and show them. So, let's have a look at another study. This one is more complicated. But again, all the pieces have a purpose, which we'll see. So it's white to move and win. So once again, if you want to try to solve it, pause it and try to find the solution. But we're going to look at it now. So again, we're trying to deal with black having passed pawns. And this looks very dangerous indeed. If it's black to move, he can take, and he's starting to make a queen. And since the rook can't really get back, and d1 is a light square, it can't be covered with bishop. It looks like a difficult task. So we need to find something powerful. And why is the pawn here? Has to be a purpose. And actually the purpose is to sacrifice itself, d7. So sometimes you can find these solutions because of this. This is not likely to help you in a real game because you don't know the position is composition. But from these studies, you learn some very important and nice ideas, which when people talk about study-like idea, usually it's an idea that people think they could have learned from a study or could have been a study. And those are always considered quite nice. So it's a check, we're threatening the queen, has to take with the king, right? Okay, but how to deal with the pawn? I mean, we can give a check, doesn't really do anything. The problem remains. This rook is attacked, and we have this problem. So we take the knight here. And now we find out that the purpose of the knight was just to be in the way. If there's no knight, you will be able to play rook e1, and now if he takes, just rook d1. We stop the pawns. So that's the purpose of the knight. It's in the way. But okay, now he takes the pawn and he wants the queen. What to do now? Actually, I played too fast because black now plays the wonderful move bishop to g6. And actually, to find out why he has to play it, we should first look at this, because now we can give a check. King somewhere. We take, and then we simply take the pawn. So why is bishop g6 correct? Why is this the best defense? Well, king takes g6. What else? Otherwise, they take the rook here. Now we take. But what's the difference? We're still going to go after the pawns, right? But now it goes king e8, and we find out that, oh no, if we take, queen takes, guess what? Stalemate, king has no squares, can't do that. But hold your horses, because we don't give up. And we play the incredible move, bishop to e7. And the idea is you can't take it because now there's no more stalemate because, well, the bishop is gone. So if you take it, that just take the pawns. So the natural question is, what if I just queen? Well, the geometry of the position is such that after bishop d5, this pawn, well, that served the purpose to shield the d pawn, so we have this queening business. Now it's shielding the white king. There's no check on this diagonal. There's no check on the g file. There's no check on the sixth. There's no check. Also, there's a mate threat. This is kind of an opera mate, and it can't be stopped. The queen has no way to get into the game to stop the mate. So this simply wins. So let's actually see this one from the top. Starting position, d7. The pawn had a purpose to get rid of itself. The rook takes e4. The rook was in the way, so the rook couldn't get back. Here, bishop d6, getting out of the way to create the stalemate. King to e8. And now this beautiful bishop e7. Queens, bishop d5. And the white simply wins. Okay, our final puzzle. Very nice. And this one demonstrates well, you know, why the pieces are there. So when you look at this, why are these pieces here? It makes no sense now, and it's hard to figure out. But okay, again, try to solve this one. This one is really difficult, but really, really rewarding if you can solve it. So once again, we're battling dangerous pass pawns. And in fact, it's so dangerous that the first move is more or less forced. We have to stop the b pawn. So this is actually the correct first move, rook to b7. But now a3. And well, we learned that 2 pawns on the 6th, in this case the 3rd for black, are usually better than a rook. Well, here, same thing. Now it's on the 2nd and 3rd, and we're threatening to play this and simply queen. So it seems like there's no defense here. But there's an amazing solution. And again, what is the bishop doing here? Has to have a purpose. Same for the pawn, and same for these pawns. We're about to find out. The move here is king to c5. What's the idea? Okay, still we cover this with the rook, but black just goes on. a2. He wants to queen. We're threatening to queen this, queen this. You can't stop both, right? And this move, I mean, this is out of this world. You know, how do people come up with this? It's amazing. This is what chess is so beautiful. You know, you can enjoy things like just playing through chess studies, trying to solve them. You don't even have to play to enjoy chess. And if you don't enjoy such a move, then something's wrong. Rook to f7. Just absolutely super amazing. Now what's the idea? The idea is to mate. So if we make a queen, doesn't matter which one. All of a sudden the bishop wakes up in the corner. Hello, hello. And well, there had to be a purpose to this pawn, right? Here it is, f4 mate. So this is why we have the f pawn. Mating net. Fair enough, but we can also take the rook. So if you don't take, you get mated. You can start with king e5, bishop d5, and then f4, doesn't matter. Queen either pawn, bishop d5 check, king e5, f4 mate. So we kind of have to take on f7. But now the bishop again comes alive. King must run, we take the pawn. King comes in. And now we actually find out why we need these pawns. Because after king f5, let's say we play king here, he plays king here. And now we can't stop him from getting to f3 and getting our f pawn. Or we could play a move like this. He comes in, he takes our pawn, but now we come here. And we're going to be able to win the h pawn, and the king is behind the pawn. Notice that bishop and an h pawn is a draw if the king gets to this square, the black king. But here it simply can't. And we're going to win. But now we see why we needed this pawn and this pawn. We needed the h-pawn simply so that in the line where we're not mating with f4, when we win the a-pawn, we have a win. We need one pawn to win. If it was only a bishop, it's a draw. But we have the pawn and we win. And the result is a wonderful study and one of the most amazing study moves I've seen. Rook f7. 2 pawns about the queen. The rook just goes, you know, somewhere off. You're gonna queen? I'm good. See you guys later. Unbelievable stuff. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I can find some good video idea for tomorrow because it's my birthday. So I'll be trying to find a banger video for you guys tomorrow, and I hope I can deliver. And I hope to see you then. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.